the American people, to be able to celebrate education in a time when 1 out of every 3 students is dropping out of school, and we have over 30 million functioning illiterates. You have Stand and Deliver come out, a hero from an inner city school.
What about the fact that generally, you get films like Colors, etc., where the Hispanic person is either a crook or the porter or the garbage man? Was that an important aspect of that project for you, to be able to portray someone who happened to be Hispanic, who did the right thing, who helped others?
No, I think that basically we did the movie because of the story. I think it's the single most effective way that I've used the medium to date. I love the Ballad of Gregorio Cortez, but this film definitely moves us milestones ahead. We advanced the humanities by the usage of the medium, and it happened to be by the Hispanic culture, which is unusual, and it's wonderful.
So do you think that the key is not to get really hung up on the Hispanic angle and just do a good film if it's a good film?
Yeah, I think that's basically it. Story is first, whether it be a great Jewish American story like Manhattan, or a great Italian American story like, Godfather, or or a great Anglo-American story like Ordinary People. They're good movies, and you should make them, and you should, study human behavior.
Rita?
I merely wanted to say I saw the film for the first time last night. I think it's an extraordinary film.
Wonderful.
And I think what's really important, to follow up on what Eddie's saying, is to see Hispanics being just people. My dream, and he's heard this 40 times already, is to, for instance, do a television series where I can be this kind of Hispanic woman, which is to say, I speak English perfectly well. There are many of us who don't, but there are many of us who do. I do not have a husband who beats me. I am not dying from poverty. I am a middle-aged woman. I'm not 20 and glorious in that sense. I want to play that kind of Hispanic woman, which is to say an an American citizen. And that's, in a way, what Eddie's film was about. It was about this wonderful man who happens to have been Hispanic, who just against all the odds did something remarkable.
But you won't miss having the opportunity to say things like, I won't tell you where the gold is.
You go down.
I don't think I aguanto. Do you know what I mean?
Isaí, why was La Bamba such a big hit? Why did that film go through the roof?
La Bamba was a big hit because, again, of the story, and the universal attraction was rock and roll. Rock and roll is, the great message of the youth, And I think that the acting stood behind it, and you had a lot of wonderful people. There were no stars in La Bamba trying to, keep trying to steal the scene. I really think it's a human story, a family story.
The amazing thing, I don't know, I bet you all agree. Didn't you think he was much older when you saw that film? That's acting, though. That's
Thank you.
Didn't you play an Iranian once also? That's acting, too.
That it? Which means yes in Farsi.
What do I know?
I am Iranian, but don't tell nobody.
Actually, the bombshell I was going to drop is that I'm really not Hispanic. I'm a dark-complexioned white person who had to change his name to work.
None of us are. I am a Jewish princess.
Cheech, how do you define a Hispanic actor?
God, anybody with a tan that's employed right now.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. I don't know if you have a favorite character, Eddie, almost, but one of mine was when you played the Vato in Zoot Suit, the play film. Could you do the Vato?
I'm just strike the pose.
I don't know, man. It's been
You have
10
to
years.
strike the pose.
This is 10-year anniversary. The 10-year anniversary. I haven't done this in 10 years. Que le guacha mis trapos ese. ¿Sabe qué, carnal? Estas garras me las planté porque me dijeron que ibas a estar aquí, ¿sabes? Órale. Aliviánese. Órale.
¿Cómo se me hace que es pura verdolaga ese?
Mi cuate es puro. Órale.
That's that.
You're digging deep, man. You're digging very deep.
Now, Cheech, everybody thinks of Cheech, you know, from all those years as Cheech and Chong as being, you know, just a dope-crazed hippie, you know. And he wasn't acting at all. No. I've known him for 15 years, and the thing that was the most surprising about meeting him is, you know, he's an honor graduate of college. His father's a captain, was a captain at the LAPD, you know. That's funny. But do Cheech. Can you do Cheech?
Oh, hey, man, yeah, sure, I can do Cheech, man. You know, like, it was, like, cool coming down here, you know, because they said they were going to, like, you know, get, you know, free eats and everything, man. I said, shit, I'm there, man, you know. But, you know, I kind of miss Chong every once in a while, man, because he was, like, my supplier, you know what I mean? So, but everybody asked me, like, you know, like, hey, where's Chong, man? Vato's home sleeping, man. He's Chinese, you know, man. Later for the do, you know?
Rita, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you because of your, you know, your race in the business?
What's the worst? Oh, I've got a heartbreaking story for
Tell
you.
me.
You ready to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was...
Get serious.
I went to... actually, it's a testament to my great strength. I went to meet a director, and I'll name him. His name is Richard Quine. Many years ago, I was up for a part of just a girl, not a girl who had any particular nationality. And he had me read a scene for him. And he was very, very cold all through the reading. And after I finished the reading, and I was very nervous because I knew that to him I was a Latina and I was trying out for another kind of part. After I finished the reading, he picked up the phone, and the part I was trying out for was the part of a girl named, I don't know, Susan, let's say. Picks up the phone, dials a number, and looks straight at me, and he says, listen, you know that the part of Susan? And the guy on the other line obviously said, yeah. He said, well, I want Kim Novak. And he looked straight at me, and he hung up and just looked straight at me. And the saddest part of the story is that I then got up and I said, thank you. I've changed a lot.
That wasn't the sad.
You have to tell us what would be different today.
She's got a gun now. That's the difference. She would have said, you want Kim Novak? Well, go see her, baby.
Listen rhymes with slime.
But there are lots of things like that, but he just said something very sweet. What did you say?
No, I don't think that was the saddest part. I think that that's a real testament to the true kind of class that Rita has always exemplified.
I agree with that. Isa, you're the youngest on the panel. What was your, you know, your role models insofar as show business?
Captain Kangaroo, man.
My role models, I have to say Al Pacino, Freddie Prinze, Marlon Brando, Sir Laurence Olivier, believe it or not.
Did you have any problem breaking in because of, you know, stereotypes?
My problems came when people said, no offense to this actor that I'm going to mention, when they said, hey, listen, you know, that's great. You're good. You're great for your people. One day you may even, I mean, if you're really lucky, you may even become Eric Estrada. And no, nothing against Mr. Estrada. I just think, why must they pick whoever's hottest in that category for the time? Why can't someone say, well, maybe one day you'll join the ranks of Olivier and Brando and Pacino and De Niro? I'm a human being. And another thing that bothers me sometimes, they go, you're great. This is great for your people. And it's like, well, I can't be of any service to you, I guess, huh?
You know,
Because you ain't people,
I
man.
think that is the biggest millstone to have to carry. You know, I've worked up and down this country, you know, doing stand-up, and it's always, you know, it's the Hispanic comic, and you know, this good for your people thing. I don't think none of us get up in the morning with saying, you know, what can I do for my people today? You know?
It's true. And he does. I know it's true. Oh no, a knife fight. I knew it.
You can't get 5 Mexicans to agree on lunch.
It's another thing. I mean, you don't wake up in the morning and say, I think I'll go see that new white movie with Steve Martin now, you know? Yeah.
It's true. It's when somebody wants Robert De Niro for a film, they don't say, let's get an Italian-American star, do they? But when it's a Hispanic, it's a different thing. They just say, let's get Robert De Niro or let's get Pacino. But when it comes to one of us, there's still that problem. I want to be sure that we don't all seem like too negative. No. Things are better. The door is ajar, at least. It just isn't open far enough.
I think the times are changing, and thank you guys for supporting us.
All right, we do. I'll be right back after this. Hispanics in Hollywood. Hey, Dave. Welcome back to the Ford Theater in Hollywood. I'm here with Edith Chacón. She has a new outfit on. Let's see. Woo!
The earthquake.
The earthquake costume. What do you think, Paul? You like it?
Don't you feel like Jimmy Swagger next to her right now? He just wants to watch.
¿Qué piensa de su familia allí?
They're great.
Yeah, you like them?
I agree with all of you.
All right. Okay. Hit the music. Here's Edith Chacón and her dancers. There we go.
Hey.
I've just got the word that Chacón is putting out a videotape, Puerto Rican aerobics. It's available. You have a question?
Yes, my question is for Rita.
Yes.
And I was wondering...
I'm surprised anyone wants to ask me anything with this gorgeous pulchritude over here.
Don't you know who you are, lady? You are pride and joy.
I was wondering, when you're working in your films and you're working with your leading men and they are kissing you, how do you
God.
control yourself?
You'd be amazed how easy that is. I'll tell you why, because
They're all gay. Just a wild guess.
She's going to do a movie with Eddie Olmos. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's right. No, it's difficult because even if you feel very attracted to the actor, there's a million people looking at you, and you don't want to see them becoming attracted to that person. It's invasive, you know, with all these people staring at you. I'd die.
Didn't you play opposite Marlon Brando?
Yeah. Oh.
In life.
Yeah. Yes, and that
On
was,
and
if
off
we had a
screen.
love scene, it was just, we laughed a lot. I mean, every time I'd go to give him a smoldering look, it's very hard to be serious about that stuff.
I'd like to ask Edward how he likes filming Miami Vice and if he gets into the storyline, or is it just a job?
I love the character. Miami Vice is fun when the stories are great. When the stories are not, it's very difficult. It's a wonderful show. I really have a good time on it.
How much longer do you think you'll
You said that with a straight face.
This low bass.
How many times do you say, what's the word out on the street?
I think that the show will go on for another year. It is.
One more?
I think so.
Hi, I'd like to ask Isaí how he got started in acting, and is it true that you turned down the lead to La Bamba?
Well, I was looked at for the lead for La Bamba, but when I read the script and I realized that I could probably be of more service, of more use for the film as the heavy, because a lot of pain and identification was, you know, available in that thing, I realized that was for me. I felt I could be more of an actor. Playing a 16-year-old innocent was something that I feel I could have done, but better suited for someone like Lou Diamond, who just came in, he was like the character. So, and the way I got into it, I have very rich parents that bought my way. No.
You too. Hey.
No, I went to performing arts high school. I was just a kid from the Bronx who identified with everybody and felt with everybody and grew up with the Brady Bunch and just felt like I understood a lot of people, so I transferred
But you
that into acting.
studied. You worked at it.
You have to
Important
work
to know
at it.
that.
A lot of people want to just become stars because they're interesting. That'll only get you so far.
Did it bother you, Paul, that Lou was not a Hispanic person?
No, it bothered me that Robbie Benson. Well, see, somebody asked me this on your show, and the thing is, Robbie Benson played a Hispanic. Lou Diamond Phillips, who's more Filipino, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Played that. At least we're moving in the right direction. You know? I think by 1990, Hispanics will be playing Hispanics. That's the goal, it's the dream.
Hi, I wanted to ask Cheech, do you feel you've had an influence on drug usage and the drug culture? Because although I know that you're a very educated man, I'm a college student, we all have an attitude, yeah, I was going to Cheech and Chong movie, you know, and it's really true, you know, good pot and everything.
What's the question? What's the question?
Do you feel that you've had an influence?
Negative.
Negative?
Yeah, negative. Well,
No,
positive.
not at all. I mean, you know, if you take that so seriously, you're way beyond help. The Cheech and Chong reflected what was happening in the culture at that time, and only about maybe one, not even a quarter, maybe a fifth of what we ever did involved drugs at all, and it was just lampooning that scene, and we weren't condoning or condemning it at all. We just portrayed it as it was, and it was a lot of fun sometimes.
Okay, what I want to say is not a question, actually. It's just a comment.
Is this a speech? No?
No, it's just a comment to Paul. I heard you once talk about your sister dating an Iranian and he's really hairy. Well, I got one. I guess he's bald because he doesn't have no hairy chest.
Maybe he's not.
No, he is.
You're Iranian? Okay, show me your hostage.
I'd like to ask Paul, during AKA Pablo's brief run, I think it had some negative response from the Hispanic because of the portrayal of the two families in there. How did you feel about having to
Well, it wasn't a portrayal of two families. I still thank Norman Lear deeply. The man still stays in touch with me. The thing about that is that a lot of people who disagreed with what I did on the show, if you really look at the show, you were on the side of my parents, because my parents on the show didn't like what I do. That was the conflict, but a lot of people just saw the overall effect of the show. And let me just say this, whether you hated it or you didn't, or you liked it, the thing is, we were on the air, and I hope another show comes along, whether I'm in it or not, that, you know, Hispanics deserve a half hour out of 24-hour Caucasian television. We deserve a half hour.
Yes. Briefly, Cheech, do we have a responsibility? No, Isaí, let me ask you, because I know you want to do a gang film now. Do we have a responsibility to do just positive image films?
I think we can't limit ourselves to playing, you know, howdy-doody characters. The film that I want to do isn't per se a gang film, although the central character is the leader of a gang. It's, again, I don't want to seem typical, but it's a people film. And because, like in Bad Boys, I had two cronies, it was considered a gang film, and we have to really be careful how we generalize this. I personally think I got some flack from some college students. A couple, just a few, said, don't you think that in La Bamba you played a negative, stereotypical character? And I would say, well, wait a minute, I didn't wear a headband or a switchblade. Besides that, every other problem that my character in La Bamba had is shared worldwide with every community. And I don't think it's fair that Hispanics should take the blunt of all these things.
Right on. Okay, good enough. Let's take a break. We'll be back. Heyday for Hispanics in Hollywood with a star-studded talent. Come back after this break. We're back. Okay. Now, Rita has already won her Oscar. How many people saw Stand and Deliver, Eddie's movie?
Yes.
How many people think he should be nominated for Best Actor in that?
No.
Is that bad luck to talk about that?
What's that?
Is that bad luck to talk about?
Oh, no. I mean, that's really nothing but goodness coming back to me for work done. I really appreciate it. I really
You gained 40 pounds for that role?
Yeah, I went up to 200. Yeah, he deserved it. I mean, Jaime Escalante is a miracle, a modern-day miracle in the most unlikely of places. The guy is fantastic. I mean, really is. He has,
we don't know him, but your portrayal or something.
I'll tell you right now, he has tomorrow on, no, actually, today's, what, Thursday? Wednesday? On Friday, he's got 145 kids preparing to take the advanced placement test out of Garfield High School.
Yeah.
Did you take calculus?
Did I know?
No, you didn't?
I took something like that, but I got mixed up. I took get me out of school.
I want to know how you did the hair business, how you got bald on top
I have
of it.
probably...
You just put it in a microwave oven. Fell out.
I had one of the finest makeup artists in the country today, Dee Manzano, who worked on me 3 hours a day to put it on, and an hour and a half to take it off every day.
Did you actually shave your head?
No, she put on a skull cap, and then she put on
it really looked good.
Yeah, I know. She's very good.
Did you put out an album, what, last year? You're an American Now Speak Spanish?
Right.
And you told people to steal it?
Yeah, I got a lot of flack. I was doing a Denver radio show, and I almost got sued for this. I said, look, homeboys, it's almost Christmas, you know, and the buck is tough to get out there, so go to your favorite record store and steal it. And today, my album has been one of the most stolen albums.
Yes, I wanted to ask Edward James, or I wanted to say something to Edward James Olmos. I saw one of the segments that they did on Miami Vice was excellent. That was the one where you had that Academy Award winner from The Killing Fields, and you were the show on that one. You were excellent. I wish they do more with you. Of course, I know we've all said it. They've all said it all day long, that all you basically do is, hey, Sonny, what's going on out there? But you are, yeah, they really should do more, even if the show isn't going to last too much longer, if it is. I really mean that. And Rita, just one more little thing. I'll make it quick. Rockford Files. Rockford Files. You made me cry. Seriously, a couple times. You were excellent as Rita Kapkovich. I don't know what...
You remember the name?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding,
Jim?
Jim?
A hooker with a heart of gold.
This guy's a buff, really. Rita Kapkovich. What a stereotype. A Latin Spitfire of Rita Kapkovich. Yeah.
This is for the guy for La Bamba.
La Bamba. Isaí. East Side, West Side.
Nice Jewish name.
Darling.
A nice Jewish name.
Okay. There has been a lot of controversy because of the Colors movie.
as a youngster, you know, honestly, what do you think about it, about the movie? Because there has been, you know, a lot of fights and killing. I could see that the guys have gone a lot crazier than, you know, that they were.
I know Sean Penn, and I like him as a human being. He's one of the more misunderstood personalities. Whether it's his fault or not, I'm not to judge. I just, I don't make a living criticizing films, or at least I'm not getting paid for this one. Honestly, I think it was a film like any other film. I was a little disappointed that it didn't show, like Stand and Deliver, a way to beat it, a way to get out. It just basically showed two white cops as knights in shining armor in the jungle, and I had a problem with that.
Hi, Rita. I just want to say I grew up with West Side Story in my house every day, every night, dancing to songs from there. And the best one, I think, was the one that said, I have my own washing machine, but what do I have not to keep clean?
Right.
Well,
I like to be in America.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we danced to this, and we had rice and beans for dinner. But when my dad got home...
You had rice and beans for dinner?
Listen, when my father got home... When my father got home, it was beans and potatoes. Because I am Puerto Rican, and you said that we have to look like we're tan. And I'm not tan.
¿Eres puertorriqueña?
Yes. My mother was born in Magic, West Puerto Rico.
Oye, qué cosa más linda.
But my point is, when my mom got out here, she was not allowed to speak Spanish. I don't know Spanish due to the fact that the Americans told us, my mom, don't speak Spanish to your children. Don't feed them rice and beans. So now I was missed out due to the fact that they were so degraded at that time.
And you had to eat all those potatoes.
No, my mom gave us rice and beans, and still to this day I go and call her and say, Mom, do you have rice and beans? Can we come eat it?
You're hooked like we are.
Puerto Rican, look at her.
Yeah.
That's great. But you know, there are lots of Puerto Ricans come in all colors.
We have the best rice and beans in my house, I must say. But Cheech's
My
grandma cooks some great food. All right. Wait, on this culinary note, we've got to take a break. I'm sorry. Talk us out to the commercial.
Okay, quick. Thanks. I'm very thankful for the opportunities now that are for Hispanics in the movie industry to keep those doors open. It has to come from the writers for everybody to get out there and write and tell your story.
Okay, positive role models. You want the answer? There they are. No, I'm serious. Edith, dance us all. Come on, dance us all.
Thank you.
Services have been provided to the Geraldo show in exchange for this announcement. While in Los Angeles, Geraldo and his staff stayed at the stunning Los Angeles Registry Hotel, located on the lot of Universal Studios.
Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.